Alright, what's up everybody? It's me, your boy Jackson, back again with another video, and yeah, so I just want to say thank you. I never thought I'd make it to 270 subs. Like, when I started this channel, I thought I'd like actually never grow from it. This is just something I wanted to do, like, for fun, or to like show people when I'm not around anymore, like, to just have like a lasting memory of me, so like I wouldn't be forgotten in like 200 years. Yeah, this shit means a lot to me. Your boy got his door taken. That's probably gonna be a future video, unless you want me to like just tell what happened right now. I'm actually kind of barred the fuck out right now. I popped a couple Xans and I'm feeling great. And I got a couple, and I also got a story about how I got these Xans from last night, because it was dead ass some Mission Impossible shit. And before I get into the story, I just want to say Crollo is dropping some new music. It comes out on November 8th, I believe. I was actually there for the album release. That'll be a future video because that night was also fun as fuck. We pre-gamed Halloween, we did some awesome ass shit, and then he fucking uploaded an album, and that shit was heat. And so I just decided I'll probably do today's story about like how I got caught, and then like an amalgamation of what happened last night and the nights before, as like to why I got my door taken and why I'm grounded right now. And yeah, that was just like the thing on my mind, and I'm really barred out on Xans right now, so I can't really think straight. So I guess we're just gonna do those stories because they took place about 4 days ago, maximum 4 days ago. Yeah, I don't remember what day it is today. Anyway, so I'm chilling in my room, right? I just copped like 8 grams of bud. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was in my last video. I talked about how I got a quart of bud and I got a bunch of other shit. Yeah, this takes place after the weekend on Halloween. I actually realized what day this was just a second ago after I stopped recording, and it was a Saturday night, so the night after Halloween, the night I was supposed to go to a party and everything. I was deadass just pre-gaming the party in my room, bro. I was so fucking pissed. Well, I had to walk my dog, and I decided while I was walking my dog at night, I was gonna go grab my stash, and I was gonna like chill in my room and pre-game Halloween and just wait for my homie to come pick me up. And yeah, so I do exactly that. Also, side note, I hate getting on rants in these videos because I'm not high, I'm just barred out, but I have no door on my hinges right now, so every little noise in my house is accentuated and you can hear it. So if my dog's barking in the background, that's my bad. Also, there's no privacy now because like my mom just busted in my room while I was recording and almost caught me. So yeah. Anyway, back to the story. I was walking my dog, got my stash. I was gonna pregame Halloween. I was just only gonna smoke like maybe 4 or 5 bowl packs and stuff. And I was thinking like I'll be chilling. So I grabbed my stash and I go ahead and sit it up on the windowsill. That way I could just open my window and grab it whenever I wanted to. I'll be honest, like I thought my mom was probably gonna fucking see it on the windowsill like before she went to bed if she let my dog out one more time. And I was actually kind of paranoid about that. But thank God I got to take him on the last walk. Fine in that aspect, and pretty shortly after that everybody went to bed. So I texted my homeboy and I was like, yo, come pick me up soon. And he's like, alright, bet. And he told me he was gonna be at my house probably about like 45 minutes to an hour, because he's coming, he lives pretty far away, and we're gonna go to a party that was pretty far away. Get back inside and everybody's just pretty much already gone to bed. Like my mom was still sitting on the couch waiting for me to like make sure I go to bed and put my laptop in the room, because you know my parents are ODing about that shit. Like they actually hate me having electronics in my room. But yeah, she would always stay up every single night to make sure like I would put that in her room, and I wouldn't like go sneak into my room and just watch YouTube on it until like 3 in the morning, which is what I used to do in like 8th grade. So I put it in her room and she goes to bed, and I stuff a towel underneath my door, start listening to some music, and after about like 10 minutes I was like, alright, I'm about to smoke this bowl. So I open my windowsill and I grab the bag of weed like off of it with the pipe and the lighter inside. And I start packing the bowl, and my fan's on. I've already sprayed cologne in my room. I'm sitting like on the edge of the windowsill, holding it outside of the window to make sure that no smell gets in the house. And as you'll find out, this is about to get pretty fucking crazy. But I'm like 2 bowl packs in. Like I smoked 2 bowl packs and shit. And I'm fucking like watching, like I don't remember what I was watching on my iPod because I got all electronics taken away except for my fucking iPod that like has fucking TV shows downloaded to it that I got from my aunt. And I had my fucking Skull Candy Crusher headphones on, like the ANC ones. And after that, I was just listening to some music while I was smoking. Like only 20 minutes had like gone by at this point. My family was completely asleep. I walked by the room, made sure like they were fucking like snoring in there. Went back into my room, and I went back outside like my window, sat on the windowsill, and I packed another 2 bowls and I smoked those. And at this point, I was actually feeling fried as fuck. And finally, I was like, all right, it's cold as fuck out here. So I crouched down inside my window, and I'm like halfway outside the window, holding the bowl outside the window, and I'm just smoking it. And I had my music thumping, and I couldn't fucking hear anything. And about like 5 minutes later, I finished smoking this bowl. I fucking like bang it up against the side of my house to like get all the fucking weed out, and then I blow through it to get all the weed out, and I'm letting it like go into the wind hopefully, and then I go clean it in my bathroom. Like I grab a toothpick and shit and some isopropyl alcohol, and I wash it out because it's like a little one hitter. I've had this one hitter for fucking over a year at this point. Like originally, right when I got sent to Ace is when I got this one heater. That was the first time I had like owned some bud and smoked it like in a long time. Was that fucking like that Ace, like when I went to Ace and I had that fucking one hitter. Sorry, I'm barred the fuck out. Anyway, so I'm also paranoid on edge because I have no door, so anybody can just walk into my room and catch me like recording this shit right now. So yeah, anyway, but I still gotta put out shit for you fans because I love making videos. And as I'm crouching back down into my fucking windowsill and I'm packing another bowl, I start to smell weed and I'm like, oh shit. And it didn't really creep into the house much, but I sprayed like 3 or 4 colognes just to make sure it wouldn't stink up. And I'm like, all right, I should be chilling. I got a towel stuffed under my door. My fan's going. Both of my windows are open. There's hella air circulation. I should be chilling. And I get ready to pack another bowl. I'm like actually back inside the house now, crouched onto my carpet, and I'm just like hand grinding the weed, putting it back in this little tiny one hitter. And so, yeah, I get done doing that, and I still have music playing. I can't fucking hear shit. I think I was listening to like Cardi or some shit, or I don't know, maybe it was country music. I don't even know what I was listening to. I was so fucked up. And I don't even hear like my mom knocking on my door, so I go and sit back outside the windowsill, and I'm like fucking sitting on it smoking, and I just like I'm listening to music, I'm banging my head, and I look around, I look behind me, and I see my fucking door, because I have my LED lights on, and I could see my door fucking vibrating against its thing. I could hear like a thump. I thought it was the bass, and then I fucking pop one headphone open, and as I'm like with the lighter, like you could dead ass hear it through the fucking door. And so I fucking panic, bro. And I fucking, like, I turn around and I see her banging on the fucking door, and I huck the pipe over my fucking railing, like, into the grass somewhere, and I tried to pull out a few buds, like, out of the bag, and zip the bag back up and throw it over the side, and I threw the lighter. And I shouldn't have thrown the lighter or the bowl. I should have just, like, thrown the bag of weed. That way she would have thought it was just all I had. And I tried to. I tried to fucking show her, like, the tiny, like, 2 grams of weed that were in my hand. I was like, this is all I got. And she's like, I know there's more. I was like, okay. And my window was still open at this point when she fucking came in, so she knew. And she was like, the whole house smells like weed. And I was like, no, it doesn't. And I walked out into the hallway, and I was like, no, it doesn't smell like weed. You're fucking capping. And she's like, well, God woke me up and told me to come down here. And so I was like, she was like, where is it? Where is it? And I was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, fine. I fucking threw it outside, bitch. Go look for it. And she was like, all right. And my dad was still asleep at this point, or he was like in his room or some shit. I think he knew. And so my mom gets her fucking shoes on, and she goes and looks right under my windowsill and is like looking around for it. She can't find it because I obviously threw it into the grass into the railing. But yeah, I hucked this bag over. And my mom gets her shoes on, and she goes and looks over my balcony on the side of my fucking patio. And she's looking around for a while, and she finds it. And then she finds the lighter, which was like, it was in the grass somewhere. And I'm pretty sure she found the bowl. I'm not 100% sure. And dead ass, she was pissed. Because I was even more pissed because this was some of the best weed that I had in a long time. This was like that Gelato 41 ex Bolo Runts. And I had smoked a good bit of it, thank God. But that was really just a waste of money. Like, I always seem to get more mad when my mom finds, like, Xans or, like, Hydros or anything like that rather than weed. Because that shit's, like, worth more to me. Because it's harder to obtain, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I mean. God damn. Anyway, I'm trying to do this shit in one take because I don't have a lot of time to record this. But this isn't even the end of the story. So, she comes back inside with everything in her hand and goes to her bathroom, and like she starts pouring water in this bag of weed and starts like fucking, I don't even know what she did with the pipe or the lighter, but she poured water in the bag of weed and she was trying to like ruin it and shit. So she fucking pours it in a bag of water and puts it in a Ziploc bag and just lets it sit on her counter. And she comes down to my room, and I already closed the window, turned my lights off, and then I left my LED lights on. And mind you, my mom didn't know I was fried. She thought like I had just packed the bowl and smoked it. So I managed to convince her I wasn't even high. Meanwhile, like, thank God my lights were off and my LED lights were on, because I was fried as a bitch. I was so high, and I was laying on my bed. I turned the lights off, and she came down there, and I kept asking her, I was like, how did you know? How did you know? She's like, God woke me up and told me to come down here. He told me you were smoking. I was like, that's cheating. What the fuck? I don't even think that shit happened. But that's how she used to catch me. So I'm going to come back to this video in like a year if I get caught again. And I'm going to like obviously prove that I haven't learned from my mistakes. Because this is how I always end up getting caught. I always end up getting caught fucking doing shit in my room. Unless it's carts or Nick. If I have a cart or a Nick and like I'm chiefing in my room, I'm not worried. Because I'll just go in the bathroom. But dead ass, like anytime I was in my room, she always catches me there. That's why I go outside my room now. But yeah, just the one time I get lazy and try to smoke like semi in my room, she fucking catches me. And anyway, back to the story. So I'm laying in my bed with the LED lights on still, and my high ass is trying to figure out how to turn them on, like, or turn them off. I was fucking fiddling with the button, and I realized it was the wrong side of the remote, so I turned it around, and I was still trying to turn it off, and I couldn't like reach up to where the sensor was. So holy shit, what the fuck was that? Sorry, I thought somebody came in. Yeah, but like I was saying, I couldn't figure out how to turn my lights off, and she was just standing there lecturing me. I was like, "Can I go to bed?" Like as soon as she like found the weed, I was like, "Can I go to bed?" She's like, "No." So I just went ahead and turned off my lights and closed the door. I had my LED lights on still. I got in the bed, and she came in there and lectured me. Was talking about how God told her to came down to my room, and I like shouldn't bring this shit in her house ever again. And my dad didn't like come into my room or anything, thank God. But yeah, so she was pretty pissed, and I didn't even get to go to that party I wanted to go to. I didn't even get to text my homie like, "Hey, don't come pick me up" or some shit. That's what I was most pissed about. But it gets even crazier because last night, right? Last night, fucking dead ass last night, I was trying to get a new yard and I was trying to get some Xans, right? And I ordered both, and I didn't think the plugs were gonna try to come at the same fucking time, but of course they did. So at about 7:30, I'm like walking my dog. That way, I tell like my little brother has to get picked up from football practice at 8, so my mom usually leaves at 7:30. So I was like, "Yo, twin, pull up like 7:30, 7:45. We should be good." And he's like, "All right, bet." And so one of my Xan plug pulls up first as my mom's pulling out of the driveway because I was walking my dog after he said he'd be here soon, and my mom finally realizes it's time to leave. So she fucking gets down there. This was past 7:30. This was 7:40, by the way. Like, she left way too late. They were trying to figure out what I was doing. They definitely knew I was trying to order some drugs or something. Yeah, she finally left, and I was watching her go down the driveway, and I didn't realize that a car had pulled in and cut their lights off, which was obviously the Xan plug. And usually this motherfucker meets me halfway up the driveway, but I guess he saw my mom coming, so he reversed out of there quick. And he fucking, my mom deadass followed him. She was going to get my little brother, and she fucking followed him all the way, like, to fucking the road he turned on. And I saw, like, her car do some weird shit. Like, her car stopped, and then it fucking just zoomed off. And I was like, oh, shit. So I went back up to my house, pretending like I was trying to grab my coat, and my dad was in there. And I was like, I was just trying to, like, figure out how to do a skate trick. On my laptop, and I had to like look up skate tricks and then go to Snapchat just so I could see if the plug had responded and like said he was here. And yeah, that motherfucker was there. It was definitely him that she chased down, but he did a right on like this other road by my house. And as soon as I get back inside, I'm put my coat on. I'm about to go back outside after I text the plug on Snap. My mom calls my dad, and I can hear her because my dad didn't put it on speakerphone, but he didn't hold it too close to his ear, so I could hear what she was saying. And she was saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm following this car that was on our driveway. They just turned on J Green Road. I think they're gonna turn around." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" So I was trying to go back outside, and my dad was like, "You're not going back outside. What do you need to go back outside for?" And he was like real interested in me trying to learn this skate trick while I was texting my plug. And I was like, "Yo, bro, don't pull up yet. Don't pull up yet." And my Yart plug, like this kid that he's actually been in one of my stories. He was in my fucking my shrooms after hunting video. He was his name's Aiden. He was there while I did the fucking fake shroom bar. And yeah, that's an earlier video. If I remember, I'll probably put a fucking timestamp to it. Back inside the crib, and I was texting both of them at the same time, and I was like, "Guys, you can't pull up yet. My dad's still on my dick. He's like trying to fucking not let me outside." And they're like, "Okay." And the Yart plug was fucking pissed at me. He was like, "You wasted my time." I was like, "Motherfucker, I didn't know my parents were going to OD and be paranoid about me ordering drugs." And the Xan plug was like, "Oh, it's chill, bro. My mom used to be the same way." And I'm one of this motherfucker's best customers. I think this is the only reason why he did this shit. But he's like, "Yo, I left him by your mailbox. If you just want to put like $40 in the mailbox, yeah, I'll just take that shit at like 1 in the morning. I'll come back." And I was like, "All right, bet." So yeah, this is where it really turned into some Mission Impossible shit. I gotta figure out how to get $40 up into my mailbox before either my mom gets home and sees the Xans or some other shit happens. But luckily, my mom gets home from my little brother's football practice, and she did not see the Xans on the driveway. And they were little school buses, so I don't know how she didn't see them. And the ground, my driveway's black, so I don't know how the fuck she didn't see them. I was trying to get my little brother to go walk my dog because my dad wouldn't let me. And I was trying to get him to go put $20 in the mailbox and get those Xans for me, but this motherfucker's like 12 years old, so I don't want to put him through that shit. And I was like, dude, I'll pay you $25. And he's like, okay, bet, I'll do it. Because he wanted to buy some shit for like $25. I was like, all right, bet. And he told me after he takes a shower, he'd walk down there and he'd go get him. But my driveway is a quarter of a mile long, so it really is kind of a walk. Like, you can't walk there like really quickly. Or it's half a mile, yeah. And you can't walk down it quickly, so you gotta like walk the dog or something like that if you're trying to go grab like drugs or some shit off the driveway. And so my little brother, like, obviously he's like, okay, bet, I'm down. And after he gets out of the shower and eats, he's like, I'm gonna go walk Gunner. And my mom's like, nah, it's okay. Did he poop? And I was like, no, he didn't go to the bathroom while I took him. And my parents already know at this point. Like, I already had a whole conversation with my dad that I was not trying to order drugs and shit. And I told him I was rage baiting him. And my mom knew I was trying to order. Like, she knew. But they're still in the driveway chilling. So my little brother's like, yo, can I go walk the dog to go get him? My mom was like, no, I'll go walk him. And I'm like, fuck. So I straight up lied to her. I was like, no, he already pooped. I guess you don't really have to walk him. And that just made her like think I was trying to go get something like earlier in the day, which that's what I wanted her to think. I wanted her to think that I was trying to like say that I could walk him again so I could go get some more drugs. But once I said he didn't poop, or he did poop, she was like, okay, fine, I won't take him. So thank God, a crisis averted, because if she would have walked him, she would have walked him all the way up to the driveway and fucking probably saw those Xans, because she takes him on long walks. At this point, I was pretty fucking pissed. And I decided, okay, well, I guess I'll have to go out your fucking window, Grant. And I guess I'll have to go fucking sneak out there to go get him, because my door's taken. So they can hear me trying to come in through my window through my door. It was last night, and like, yeah, I had no fucking door at this point. So everybody's getting ready to go to bed, and my little brother closes his door and turns his lights off. And I was like, okay, yeah, when you do that, that's how I know I can like come in and sneak into your room and then go out your window. And I'm dead ass like in his room. And I just unlocked the window, and then I hear my mom coming down the hallway and shit, and I take the blanket out from underneath the door, and I fucking turn the light back on, and she busts in there, and I was like, oh, I was just giving him some brotherly wisdom. That's deadass what I said to her, and she's like, all right. After that, I just went to my room, and I took everything off except my underwear, and I just hopped in the bed for like 5 minutes, and she went back down the hallway and started brushing her teeth, so I knew it was go time. So I turned the lights on in my bathroom, and I turned the water on. And I opened my little brother's door because it creaks loud as fuck when you open it. Not when you close it, but only when you open it. So I opened the door, then I turned the water off, sneak in his room, and I was like, yo, Grant, all right, can you hear me? And he's like, all right, yeah. And so I go over there and unlock the window, and he goes and stuffs a blanket underneath the door, which is like the tactic I taught him. And we turn his fan on, which is loud as fuck, and it like creaks and shakes, which is perfect. So I'm getting ready to go out of his window. And I'm getting scared because I forgot how long the drop-off from his window is. Like, I'm surprised my parents didn't make me start sleeping in his room because I haven't even figured out I'm going out the window yet. So, his window is like, I can sneak out of it, but I cannot sneak back into it. Like, I can drop down into it, but I will not be able to get back up in that bitch. Doesn't matter how much body strength I have at all. So, I open his window, and his windows don't get opened very often. My windows get opened almost every single night because I've been sneaking out since I was in 5th grade out that fucking window. So, they're fucking oiled and like greased as fuck because I be spraying WD-40 on them bitches. I be spraying like everything on there to make them not creaky. So, I can just fucking slide them open at one motion and hop out. But my little brother's windows take a little more time. So, I'm there for probably 2 minutes trying to open up the window like a foot. Like, open, like, the window, like, up by a fucking foot so I can squeeze out. And I still didn't open it up very much. And I sit on the windowsill, like, on the brick outside of it. And I'm trying to close it from behind me because I know I won't be able to reach it from the ground. So, I close it as much as I can. And I didn't close it all the way because I was like, well, if I still need to come back in, at least I have a little bit more grip and I can, like, open the window up. And hopefully they won't hear me. So, my neighbor's dogs are already barking at me because this is the side where they can see me. On my side, like, whenever I sneak out, they can't see me until, like, I get on the driveway. So they're already barking at me as I'm coming out of the window because, like, my fucking neighbor's lights were on. And so I'm just being quiet, and then I chill behind this bush for, like, a second, and they finally start barking, and I closed my little brother's window all the way from the ground as much as I could. It was still cracked open, and you could definitely hear inside there, which was kind of paranoid. Like, that was kind of pissing me off. And so I sneak all the way down my driveway, like I'm just fucking creeping. Like, imagine the Pink Panther music's fucking playing in my head, and I'm just ba-doo. I'm just fucking sneaking down the driveway, trying not to alert my neighbor's dogs, because they have 8 fucking dogs that are fucking like guardian dogs for their livestock, which is so annoying. And so I get down to the driveway, and of course fucking 8 of their fucking dogs are barking at me loud as fuck. And I'm pissed at this point, but thank God these fucking 4 school buses were there when I fucking got on the ground. I fucking saw them when I was walking up there, and I was like, yes, I fucking fist pumped in the air and shit. And I get over there, and yeah, 4 of the little fucking Xans are over there. And so I put the money in the mailbox, and I checked the mailbox this morning, and yeah, the plug came and got the money because the mail hadn't come yet. And I was like, bet, all right, that's good, that's good. And I sneak all the way back to my house, and here's where the scariest part comes in. I fucking put the Xans on my side of the house's windowsill, and I was like, well, shit, I'm already over here. I don't want to sneak back over to my brother's side and try to climb in through that way. And so, even though my door is off the hinges and there's nothing to muffle the sound from my window, thank God it's quiet. Because I fucking slid that bitch open, hopped in the window, tried to be quiet as fuck, even though my socks were wet because I forgot to put shoes on. And I sneaked back in just fine, grabbed the Xans, and I put them in my fucking pocket, and now I'm holding 4 of them, or I'm holding 3 of them in my hand right now, and I am barred the fuck out, dude. Holy shit. But I have to go to work soon, so hopefully it'll wear off. But yeah, so I close the window, don't get caught, like I pop a Xan, and I'm just like fucking, I popped a Xan last night, and holy shit, dude, I felt great. Like, it just the fucking, that's why Xans are so addictive, because you get that fucking feeling in the back of your mind, like, damn, this feels nice. It's kind of like an alcoholic, like, taking their first drink, you know, like, to take the edge off, except it's, like, times a million for Xans. But anyway, so I hope this was a WS story for you guys. Sorry I couldn't do a live intro because my cart plug hasn't pulled up yet. And hopefully I'll be getting a cart today, probably in about, like, 20-30 minutes before I have to go to work. So, yeah, make sure you go follow my homie Pluh on YouTube. He makes pretty cool fucking videos. Me and him are about to do a podcast together. And make sure you go check out my boy Crollo's new album. It's going to be fire. It's called Red October, and it's coming out on the 8th. I was there for that shit, and I love a lot of those songs. Anyway, I got a bunch of future videos coming for you guys. And let me know what you're smoking on down in the comments below. I hope you guys have a great day. And to all the people that are still watching at this point, why? Most people click off my videos in like 10 minutes. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Love you all. Have a great day.